Hello everybody, John here from the Esports Department, going over tonight's two-game LPL slate, and I can't say I'm probably going to have a lot of extra opinion for you on this one. This is an interesting slate to say the least. The first matchup of the day, OMG minus 650 up against Rogue Warriors at plus 400. So whoever thought they would ever see OMG at minus 650? Not many of us. But they've beaten RNG and IG. Their loss is to Rare Atom, which is a pretty respectable loss. Pretty reasonable to say that these are pretty accurate statistics for them. Rogue Warriors, on the other hand, they have played EDG, FPX, and Ultra Prime. Ultra Prime, a little bit of a blemish on the record, but the two losses to EDG and FPX, they're probably going to have higher stats than this once they play some more regular teams. They played some of the better teams in the league, and this is where they've come out. But it does feel like OMG has been the better team so far this season. Statistically, if you look it over, yeah, I mean, it's pretty clearly OMG favored. And the kill per wins for these two teams both very, very high, 23 and 22. They have much lower DPLs, and we have noted in the past that DPL tends to be more indicative of scoring in a match than KPW. But this is just a matchup where it feels like you're probably going to want to go to this one. I would guess. However, in the other matchup, there has been some change in playstyle in the other matchup as well. So definitely OMG favored. Rogue Warriors definitely seems like a live underdog to me. I mean, OMG has come out impressive for sure, but I'd be really surprised if they hold up throughout the season as this level of team. I definitely think they'll end the season better than Rogue Warriors, which is not something I thought I would say preseason. But I definitely think OMG is looking to end the season better than Rogue Warriors, but that doesn't mean that Rogue Warriors can't steal a game here, and I think they're probably more like plus 250 in my mind versus plus 400. It's early season LPL. I mean, anything can happen, and we definitely have not seen the, gotten a perfect metric of the skill level of these teams for sure. The second matchup of the day, Ultra Prime at plus 300 up against Invictus at minus 450. Invictus so far this season, they've beaten Sunning, and then they lost to OMG and EDG. So the OMG loss is really what's blemishing their record. Other than that, it's good that they got a win against Sunning. Losing against EDG is no real shame. Ultra Prime, on the other hand, they've lost to FPX, LGD, and Sunning, and they beat Rogue Warriors. So their one win is against a pretty weak team. They've lost the rest of their matchups. They did go back to Xiao Caobao today, who I kind of think might be their better long-term mid laner. So maybe they're slightly better today than they have been in the past. The thing for me is Ultra Prime at plus 300 I think is the bigger underdog than Rogue Warriors, which kind of throws a wrench in the plan because I think that people are going to be more likely to play the smaller underdog, the least, like the smaller numbered underdog. But I do think Rogue Warriors has an awful lot of fans, like just people that play them kind of irrationally. So we could end up seeing Rogue Warriors as higher owned. In fact, I'm going to predict that we will. Invictus has been the better team this season, and statistically that's going to show as well. 1779 to 1749 is about the closest metric they have. Plus 38 to minus 115. Slightly ahead in First Blood, ahead in First Turret, 9% Dragon Edge. But they have been a very non-bloody LPL team so far this season, and that actually doesn't surprise me without the Shy in there. Because one of the things with Invictus is they were very bloody, but they were very low kill participation. And a lot of the kills that were coming in their games were involving the Shy. Whether they be solo kills or like jungle and top killing the Shy, or the Shy and Zun killing the enemy top laner. There was a lot of those kills. Also, in the later portions of the game, there was a lot of split push kills and deaths that are essentially the same as lane kills and deaths. Without those, with Nenny playing a little bit more towards the team, they've tightened up quite a bit. So Ultra Prime is the bloodiest team on the slate overall at 1721.1, but Invictus is the least bloody team on the slate, and so it kind of is trying to figure out how to balance itself when it comes to that. It does seem to me like this first matchup has higher potential for me as far as bloodiness versus the second one, but it's pretty close, and we're going to have to see what the projections have to say on that front. I do think Invictus is the biggest favorite on the slate, in my mind, not OMG, so that changes things up a little bit. I do think that we'll probably end up seeing the ownership be IG, OMG, Rogue Warriors. and Ultra Prime at the lowest. So if you want to try to take advantage of ownership, Ultra Prime might be the place to go. I think they're probably going to end up being the lowest owned. As far as cash games, should be pretty straightforward. You got to play Invictus and OMG. And they just serve you up an 80 carry captain 4-stack of Invictus, which makes plenty of sense to me. I mean, it's got to be pretty close between these two teams, doesn't it? Let's see, a 1 point, less than 1 point edge for New. Zun has a 5-point edge in the jungle. Cream with an almost 10-point edge in the mid lane. And Abel with an almost 10-point edge. And then it's back to about 4 in the bottom lane. So it's really that mid-80 carry spot for OMG that's kind of setting the world on fire. Why does it go back to... Kind of interested as to why it plays rookie. Does it not fit the other way? Oh, it probably doesn't fit. Let's see, this is 641. It just doesn't fit this way. That's why. Interesting that they have Nenny being so expensive comparatively. But yeah, we get a 641 out of that. That seems reasonable. You could 3-3 this matchup if you're worried about the scoring, but I do think Invictus is most likely to win, so it kind of makes sense to go with this 4-way. How far would I have to go down if I wanted to get 4 of OMG instead? That's not going to do it for sure. Almost have to play New. If we downgraded to Puff, it's a pretty big downgrade as far as going from Able to Puff, but you can go to... Oh no, you don't want OMG team, you want Invictus team. Dang it. Doesn't quite fit when you're trying to get Invictus team in there. Going down, you're saving 600 there. Switch to maybe Rookie and Cream. That will give you enough. So you can switch to, you could play Rookie Captain with 4 OMG, but your other Invictus player has to be Puff. Gives you a 634. You're not losing much from the team slot thing, so it's like a 5-point differential in expectation. You could try this one, or even going to like Aki Captain if you wanted an OMG Captain, but you could try this one if you're more believing in OMG. OMG, yeah, you could go with this one if you wanted. Just trying to decide if I feel any better about this one. I mean, getting the double 80 carries is so nice. But you are missing Cream, who's been an absolute monster so far this season. And highest projected player on the slate, I think. Oh no, Abel is. You're losing out on a little bit in the top lane, a little bit. Oh no, you're losing out a little bit in the support role. But you're getting the better jungler. Yeah, just given that I think Invictus is the biggest favorite too, I think I would just go with this, and that's probably where I'll end up for cash tonight. For GPPs, play an underdog. I wouldn't play double favorites. If anything, you could even play double underdog. Rogue Warrior Ultra Prime is not a mind-blowingly big underdog to me, so I think you could play those two together in the big GPP and feel all right about it. That's probably my take on this one. I don't think I'm going to run any lineups of OMG, IG in any GPPs. I'm for sure going to be on at least one underdog, if not both, depending on the field size. But that's pretty much it for today, guys. Just a 2-game slate, so not too exciting. Good luck in the LCS later today, and of course, hit up the Discord and Twitter if you have any questions, or if you just want to chat bullshit about League of Legends, and I will talk to you there. Have a good one, and good luck on the slate.